What is up, villains? Dragon Ball Black here, and today I wanted to go ahead and give you guys my top 7 things that I want to see in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. Now, I'm going to be coming up with a series of videos talking more in depth about what I really want in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, talking about Xenoverse 3 because it is inevitable. There's a 1, there's a 2, there is most definitely going to be a 3. Now, the question is whether there's going to be a 4, but that's a question for another day. So, let's go ahead and jump right into number 7. Number 7 is going to be full character roster. Now this one is at number 7 because not only do I want a full character roster, I think most people are mistaking me because if there is a Dragon Ball Xenoverse 4 out there, then obviously you can't fit every single character in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. But the thing that I don't want is I don't want half a good portion of the roster filled with these characters that are either corrupted or influenced, time breaker characters like not time breaker Bardock because he was different enough to be his own character, but mainly I'm speaking of all these characters like in the first Dragon Ball Xenoverse where we got these dark versions of the characters, and then Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 where we got these ones with the time breaker symbol on their forehead. Like most of the characters in the roster are, a good portion of them anyway, are these characters, and it's just a cop-out. It really takes up room from the roster itself, which we could have brand new characters like Mecha Freezer and stuff like that. So that's the reason I have this at number 7, because I don't expect every single character from the show, all the shows, to be in here, but I do want a couple of good additions, but not an overly filled roster of these dark characters, which I don't really like in the first place. I never play. The number 6 spot is going to go to World Exploding. Now, if you guys don't remember this from Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 2 and 3, I believe that's where it was. If you directed an attack like a big, huge Super Kamehameha or something along those lines, or one of those huge ball attacks that that any of the Freezer races can do, and you didn't hit your target and it hit the world instead, it would cut to a cutscene where you'd see the planet that you were sitting on explode. So what would this take? This would take us having a exploded after map for every planet that either got destroyed or got demolished. Now obviously the planet doesn't get destroyed and you're fighting in space, which actually, now thinking about it, that would be a pretty cool idea if you were fighting and there were chunks of the planet flying around, but then obviously, I mean, how could you breathe anyway? But in Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, what you would do is, as soon as you destroy the planet, it would be like you were on Namek and you destroyed the planet Namek, and you would be on destroyed Namek. Now, the same thing happened when you were on Earth. It would cut to a cutscene of Earth exploding or kind of being destroyed, and it would still be there, but you'd be fighting where it'd be like a ruined city or something like that. Maybe not even a world being destroyed, but mainly like it would be cool if like one attack could destroy the arena, and you know, the damage would actually stay, which is another thing that I've been wanting, but you know, to each his own. Number 5 goes to better customizable options. I'm sorry, but the jump from Xenoverse to Xenoverse 2 had shittier customizable options. I mean, the hairs were just crappy in my opinion. They weren't good. We didn't get new faces, new face options really. We got a couple of new ones, but that's about it. It's kind of disgraceful a little bit that we only got a few good things that were changed, a few different things that were changed when the game itself is supposed to be a brand new game, and a lot of the options that you had in Xenoverse 1. So we need more customizable options, like a full roster of them. We need them. Number 4 goes to Beam Struggle. Now, for those of you guys who don't remember Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, if you shot your Kamehameha and at the same time somebody shot a Final Flash at you, you would go into a beam struggle where you would have to spin the analog stick on your controller. Now, this did break a lot of controllers, but at the same time, it was so much fucking fun. And even at one point, they made it so you can do energy ball struggles. Like if Frieza threw his energy ball and Cooler threw his energy ball, you could do a beam struggle, and it was cool. It went back and forth. You see your character struggling to push it forward. This is a major part of Dragon Ball, which is from Z on to GT and Super. Like, you need beam struggles to be in the game. I don't know why they're not in the game. This is why this makes it so high on the list, because I need this to happen. Hopefully it will come. Hopefully they're saving it for future installments where they need to add things to make things new, even though we had them before. Number 3, better multiplayer lobby. This is a nitpick, sort of, but important enough to put it so high on the list. Basically, it's saying that, okay, look, when I try to go into a quest online with other people, I have to make my own room. This is the same kind of feature that we had in Xenoverse 1. You make your own room, and then you can play. You can invite people to that room, and then you can play the quest with your friends. But once you finish the quest, you would then have to go back into that room, then leave the group. You'd go to another loading screen. Then you would be kicked out back into the main world, and you have to go back in and make another room. That is utter nonsense. There should be an easier way to just jump right in with the same group that you had and go into different games with them. And I think that that's the reason that it makes it on the list. This makes it on so high on the list is because this is very, very important. It's so aggravating having to keep popping in and out because I want to do different types of quests. I don't want to do the same quest unless it's to get Dragon Balls a million times. Number 2 goes to Bruce Falconer's soundtrack. Now, don't tell me this can't be done. Do not tell me this can't be done. The U.S. broadcast music, the Bruce Falconer score, can't be added into the game, and we have lines that are made from the Dragon Ball Z abridged game. We have lines that you can choose for your customizable characters or voices that you can choose that are from the actors that are from the Dragon Ball Z abridged series. So don't tell me that you can't get Bruce Falconer, you can't pay him off, you can't try to get the rights to it and put it in the game as an option instead of the music that you have. Because when I first started the game, you had this really, really shitty lobby music, the music that you had in Game World on Toki Toki City. It was horrible. Then they added this free download. You can download and it changes the music for you, so you can change it. There should be something like that where you can change, just like you can change the audio from English to Japanese. You can be able to change the musics from like Super, GT, Z, and even from the Dragon Ball. So you can have all 4 of those soundtracks in place, and that way you can play. Because right now I'm using Spotify. At the same time I'm playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I have to go in and lower the volume, then find the Bruce Falconer score from Spotify, and then play it in the background. And that's how I'm playing my Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot more fun. Just add it into the game. Number 1 thing that I want to see in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is going to be a focus on Super. Okay, we've done it. We've done the early Dragon Ball Z. We've done that was in Dragon Ball Xenoverse. In Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, we got basically everything again. We had to redo some things that we had done already in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and then at the end we got to do some newer things, which is interacting with Beerus and all that stuff. So that was cool. In Resurrection of F, that was kind of cool how you added things like that. Now we need more. We need the Dragon Ball Xenoverse, the Dragon Ball Multiverse tournament. We need the Universe 6 tournament. That tournament, we need to have that in the game. We need to have this Goku arc in the game. Hopefully, I don't care if you have to wait a year. I don't care if this game comes out not in 2017, but 2018. And then that way we'd have a whole year worth of Dragon Ball Super content, because we have the new Assassination of Goku arc coming up that we can have new characters for, because that would be so fun. Not only to have the main storyline and quest Trunks in Dragon Ball Xenoverse Trunks, having your customizable character, fight and stop them from changing things in the Dragon Ball Super, the most recent history, and focus on that while also giving us new characters from that, and maybe some Dragon Ball characters, stuff like that too. So that's the reason this makes it number 1 on the list, because I want a focus on Super, and it makes sense because in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1, the DLC was Golden Frieza, blue-haired Goku, blue-haired Vegeta, and stuff like that. So it's not crazy to think that in this game, and because that was the thing that came after. So in this game, we're getting now Cabba, and we're getting what's his name, Frost. We're getting Cabba and Frost as new playable characters. Eventually, they said that they're going to try to get Super Saiyan Rose transformation. We already got Goku Black in the game, so it shouldn't be a stretch to think that Xenoverse 3 is going to have all these guys, including maps and new characters and new features from Dragon Ball Super. Well, guys, that's my list. Let me know in the comment section below what I might have missed, or what you really liked about this list, or what you didn't like about this list. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's see if we get over 25 likes for this list, guys, or for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 coming out soon. As always, guys, please support the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Become a villain today. This is going to be Dragon Ball Black signing off.